Hey guys, welcome to my very first PoE video. Pardon me for the poor editing probably because I don't know how to do it yet, and I want to get back to the game as quickly as possible. So I'll get straight to the point here. See, this video is about Cleave of Rage Berserker. There will be probably quite a few people already share their characters, their setup, and the build guide on this sort of Berserker's rage stacking Cleave of Rage, and I think I see from Woolie, from Wolf, from Talkative Try, from some others, but I do see that. I think there is something worth telling you guys about if you want to try this build, because it's quite fun. Cleave that hit like half of the screen and destroys everything really fast. Really good mapping character. I have not been doing really fast in this league. I started it quite late because sadly my grandfather just passed away recently, and I have to take care of some stuff for his funeral, and part away with him to the final rest in peace place. So I started the league late. Right now I am around this tier 14. This is a map that I haven't completed yet, and I will show you a run of this map to see how the damage feel while mapping. As you may already know, the Cleave of Rage setup on early league start like this will not do like huge amount of damage to single target, so it will not be suitable for like doing pinnacle bosses or anything. It's just a very comfortable and fast mapping character and feels just very great to play. I would recommend you to try it at least once sometime in this league. As it is right now, it just feels really great. It's very enjoyable. Okay, so a few things here. Probably everyone goes with the classic bear girdle and ritual savagery for maximum rage, but the other piece of the puzzle, I think the best starter weapon, very cheap, is Varunastra. Right now it's 3 to 5 KS. You don't really care about the roll. It doesn't really matter that much because it just some flat physical damage differences. You don't need like the max roll or anything. Just buy the cheapest one you can, and basically you have 2 axes. Even though it's a sword, you have 2 axes on 2 hand that can scale with the same kind of passive on the passive skill tree. Why? Because the Cleave of Rage requires you to use an axe and a sword in the description of the skill here. So yeah, Varunastra is really great, and since we're using a precise technique setup, I think this is the most optimal for a low budget to medium, even medium budget build to use precise technique. The resolute technique is the easiest one, but you know the damage is lower compared to precise technique or eventually crit. Crit is the version for like end game where they want to push harder content. But crit with a setup for Berserker like this, you will basically have no defense. So you need a lot of investment on crit passive. So you sacrifice defense, which already you don't have, and you may die a lot, and it will not feel great. So I think the perfect middle ground here, especially again for the low budget, is precise technique. All this character, all the gear, everything, I guess it costs like 1 divine. This one is 3 chaos, 3 chaos, 5 chaos, 1 chaos without the corruption, I got this one for 20 chaos, but it is quite unique. It's the only pair I found so far. I see so far that has the attack speed, but you don't need attack speed. You just need the curse with vulnerability on hit for, you know, a curse, because actually this build is quite like gem slot intensive. Gears basically life resist, some life, little bit of resist. This is just a base armor based chest that I buy randomly. I believe this one is very low level base, level 35 something. I bought while leveling. The boot, well, a lot of resistance. We don't care about movement speed. Some is nice, but we don't care about it because we basically use leaf slam all the time. And yeah, basically that's it. The interesting unique I would like to tell you guys about, to recommend you, is this glove. I already showed it, but I want to explain about it a little bit. Why do we want this glove? Simply because it has the concentrated effect, gem support by level 5 concentrated effect, and it's really cheap. The conk effect here is for the Rage Vortex setup. This is a normal Rage Vortex. I don't like the Rage Vortex of Berserking because I tried it out, but it just drained your Rage to 0 faster and faster, like the same way Berserk works. And I want to maintain the highest amount of Rage all the time for Cleave of Rage to you know, have a massive AoE. So that's why I believe that Rage Vortex normal version is the best like complementary setup for additional single target damage to the Cleave of Rage build. Have Pulverize and Impale. Here also is an Impale setup with Rage support, Fortify. I choose Fortify for a little bit more defensive. Because I think I have enough damage. I see that I have enough damage to clear map quite well. So yeah, Fortify. Mori Strike for faster attack speed, feels better, and Brutality. Here is the totem setup, very classic, with Maim for some additional physical damage taken by enemy. The aura is precision on your life with arrogance. And determination, grace. I used that for the Iron Reflex keystone here. So without any flaws or anything, we have 18k fist mitigation from 18k armor, which is pretty good. Right here, the guard skills, deal skin for dealing with bleed. We cast 1 damage taken. This should be a higher cast 1 damage taken. This should be a lower level steel skin. However, I am still switching around with the self cast on right click, and the cast 1 damage taken. I think the cast 1 damage taken is better, so we can move the enduring cry to the right click. It should be the optimal one for here right now. Actually, let me just buy a level 1 steel skin. Yep, there you go. And here. Okay. So that is the first notable unique item that I think is beneficial for the build. It also gives Rampage at maximum endurance charge, and I'll show you how I have the endurance charge in this build. We have Enduring Cry, of course, and also we have this jewel, which have 5 rage is what I look for, and then the other thing I look for is the percent chance to gain endurance charge when you stun an enemy. This is a new jewel this league. It contains 4 random charm mods. This one I got for 100 chaos. But yeah, the price is very random. Let me see. This 2 mod right now, they have 100 chaos. Yeah, as you can see here, this 2 mod that I look for, the reduce ignite duration is cool for me because I use Fire Song along with one crafted reduce ignite duration on the ring. Then we got 100% reduced duration of ignite, shield, and freeze and shock. So we only need to care about the ground effect, which is not always present. Is okay for mapping for a very cheap price, because this jewel is dirt cheap, 5 to 10 chaos now. Right, and the last unique item I want to mention here is this amulet over here. Okay, this one for the minimum roll is 25. You only need the minimum roll, you don't really need a high roll or anything. Just buy one. It will help you a lot with survivability, especially in the mist. So right now, as you can already see, my setup compared to other people, I believe I have a lot more, defensive oriented from all my auras, grace and determination, and then my amulet slot for like extra tankiness, because I see that the mist, the leak mechanic, is quite rippy, quite dangerous, and I think it is quite beneficial to do. So I would try to be more tanky and to do it. So yeah, if you like to die less often, I guess this is one to look for. This is quite expensive. Last leak, I believe it was like 345 something. This leak it looked like it's very common, and it drops everywhere, and the price like go down by a lot, significantly. 50 chaos for this. If you don't need like the amulet sword for anything specifically, or like a huge damage increase to your character, then this one is a very good safe option with life resistant, and of course the gain life when before you get hit. It will basically prevent you from being one shot if you get any sort of like other recovery, like leech in this case for me. Okay, yeah, so my skill tree is basically this. I will go a little bit through the mastery. Intimidate, very good. No corrupted blood, we can drop this if you have a jewel. Maximum resistance is also good, just the normal life mastery that you get, and the fun, and this is for flat accuracy, and the axe here, the rage, the destroy enemies killed, and more damage. That's basically what I take. You also have a little bit of a reservation note here, very good. So I can use the grace and determination on mana while still have a little bit left for using my skill. Let's go to the map and see how the mapping feel is the most important part of this build. Mapping. Remember that my build, I only have 6 points of ascendancy. Both the Wildwood ascendancy and the Berserker ascendancy, I still have 2 points to take. The Wildwood is the one more charm, which is basically probably will give me 5 more rage and make it 140. And then the other thing for the Berserker is the Warcry node. For the rage generation with Warcry, it will prevent you from not having to build up the rage at the beginning of the map, and also at a boss fight where you have to wait for the boss or something, so you cannot have rage right at the beginning of the fight. I think it is a very good thing to have. If you go for a crit build, you probably take the crit node. You can still have the Warcry, the rage Warcry thing on the charm, but the sad thing is that cannot go with it cannot be rolled at on the same charm with 5 maximum rage. So yeah, you have to choose between one of the two. If you go for a crit build, I would recommend you to still get the Warcry for just very good quality of life, because the most annoying part of this build is at the beginning of each map where you don't have any rage. You have to build it up in a few seconds. If you just have all the rage immediately, it will help immensely on you know, just the overall feeling of how enjoyable this build is. The cleave range, as you can see, is huge, and probably you already seen it on other videos. I will not stop for the ritual, just for the sake of this video not being too long, but this is a very good build for ritual, because you have you stand still on one place and you just attack. It covers the whole ritual area. And the ritual often have a lot of monster. With the Defiance of Destiny amulet, you will not get killed by multiple hits most of the time, so you do not have to worry about it anyway. Where is the boss? I think the boss here is yeah. There. Oh, this is the good example. Some single target damage, as you can see, is not too great, but it's okay, acceptable. Especially it's a little bit annoying when you use the Lion Roar's flask. You just knock back. Throw a rage vortex out. You just hold down your button. Okay, put down the totem again. Then just attack. Is he dropping anything good? Okay. Yes, I'll take it. Yeah, but as you can already see, the strong and the weak point of the build, it is great for mapping. It is not so great for a single target. That is not even something that is extremely tanky or anything. It has quite a lot of HP, but you know, it takes a little bit of time to kill. Okay, map boss. Ooh. The knockback is actually helpful in bosses like this. Okay, we have to dodge. I suck at this. Okay, pretty good. Fuck, I'm so dead. As I already see, and as you can see as well, this is the skill issue. I should have dodged that, but I'm too slow, so yeah, Boomer's problem. But the damage is okay if you do the map boss. This one has multiple phases, which we don't like. I think almost all people, nobody like the bosses to have multiple phases. It's quite annoying. Fuck me. This again? 3 times? Oh, Maven is invitation. Is this worth anything? 68 chaos. That's cool. Right, so that's the build, the good and the bad. I still think that if you want a balanced character, this is the right kind of setup. The other right kind of setup, I personally think, is you drop the impale. Basically, you drop these 7 notes here for the impale. You have to drop this glove and use the rim burn to convert all the damage to cold. You take this 3 and you spend another 3 points somewhere like more life, you know, attack damage, jewel slot or anything. You have a lot of options to grab for your extra points. But the cold version have the benefit of you being able to scale hatred as the Nora. As widely known in PoE, hatred is the best aura, the strongest aura in the game, and it is cold damage as well. It will freeze, shatter, but I think that is for a crit build. If you go crit, you probably should go for the cold conversion, and you have freeze, you have shatter. It will help with both survivability, and probably it will be more damage as well. Right, anything else left that is worth mentioning? This stupid cluster, I have to take it all the time when we play melee, and we have to put down 2 totem. But it sucks that these just 5 passive points and the 2 and the 1 falling totem setup, you put them down, it like almost triple your damage on all build, regardless of how you build it. I hate it, but it is what it is. So the thing, probably I would end the video in a little bit, and I think the final thing I want to say, if you want to go crit, obviously the thing you should have is the base crit chance on corruption here, because we have very low crit chance. We should have a better crit chance rare weapon. But if for a really high-end gear, I would say that probably you want the Paradoxica or like the Savior, and this one should be the rare axe from Heist that has the implicit of 20 rage, and then you could craft it. This axe is around 280, 90 something DPS. With the rare axe, you can easily get 4, 5, even 600. So that is the upgrade. Yeah, and the chest, obviously you need like better chest with base crit chance, maybe like double curse, so you can use 1 curse, like vulnerability, or like the elemental weakness for if you convert to elemental, and also assassin's mark for the crit, of course. The chest speed, the chest slot can give you a lot of power, and also enable your build to be crit with the base crit chance. You probably take this crit, go up here, take this crit, some sword crit node here, or you know, move this point to the crit node here, or the dual wheel crit here, and yeah, those are the crit chances you can have for the crit build. But you obviously have to sacrifice other things because it's very point intensive. Probably drop this, drop this, and get the accuracy and crit here instead. Yeah, that is basically it. Thanks if by some miracle you watched this video to this point. It's my very first one, and as I already said in the beginning of the video, I am very bad, if not like I don't know shit about editing. So yeah, thank you, I guess. A little bit of ranting. My wife only gave me 2 months to prove to her that this is a viable, career path. And yeah, it'll be a great help from everybody in the community to leave a like, subscribe. I promise you, the quality of the video in the future will be much better. However, in the current moment, I'm sorry, I have to choose to spend more time playing the game because this league is just awesome. The league mechanic is okay, but the extra ascendancy with the charm slot enable a lot of things, and especially the appearance of the transfigured gem opens a lot of possibility for new builds to be created. And also, they remove the enchantment on the helmet and Carson glove and boots. I think that is just an insanely good decision from GGG to remove those. How many times in the past that you want to create a build or you want to try an idea for a skill, but you just can't because you cannot find the right enchantment on the right base helmet, and it's just a huge pain in the ass for a person that is not a lab runner, even I think for a lab runner, to get the right enchantment on the right helmet. It takes a lot of time, it is extremely expensive, and it is annoying to do. So I'm glad they removed it, and they add transfigured gem. Perfect. It feels so good, this league. Whew. And bye. Thank you.